Well, speakers on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, 4 hours since 2:30. There's a lot of insight, learnings personally for me on cloud computing. The theme for us, the speakers on the dais, is that initiatives and innovations in governance. My previous posting 6 years with the Election Commission, and what the previous speaker Rajesh Agrawal said, we've been using it in Karnataka, using a huge 4.5 crores database over there, working efficiently, managing the electoral rolls, conduct of elections. In the last 1 year, I've been posted as Additional Secretary. I would break the monotony of giving insights, views, apprehensions on cloud computing into actually what has happened in Karnataka. I will tell you all about the citizen-centric service delivery model in Karnataka. If you look at what is the initiative and innovations in governance, I would talk about this model. I would take 7 to 8 minutes explaining what has happened in Karnataka and how we are leveraging ICT as well as using analytics in governance and addressing the common man's issues, problems, service requests in the state of Karnataka. You're all aware about the right to public services. There are around 17 to 18 states in the country which have bought it in various names. In Karnataka, it is known as Sakala. Sakala in Kannada means in time or good time, and the name is coined by the citizens. To lay emphasis on this is that each one of us sitting here would have taken one or the other services from the government, be it a driving license, be it an income certificate, be it a PAN, be it a passport, be it whatsoever, a building license or a water connection or anything, or an entrepreneur getting a commercial license, shop license, etc. So first and foremost thing, when you ask a citizen how does he find dealing with the government, I would vouch that the answer would be on the negative side. The government of Karnataka in 2011 brought out a revolutionary program. The object was standardize and simplify citizen service delivery mechanism and make government accountable to its citizen. 2 years the project is on. Today we deliver 478 public services from 47 departments in a time-bound manner. I will just spell out the phases as well as what we are doing. A point to note is that these services should be delivered in a time-bound manner. When I say should be delivered, each of the services have got a stipulated time by which the government employee needs to deliver to the citizen. So in the last 2 years, 49 million citizens have availed one or the other 478 services, and my numbers are accurate because I track each and every application, citizen service request that is being received across my 30,000 designated offices in the state of Karnataka. What triggered the innovation? The grievance galore. In fact, the trigger was a widow, an old woman who traveled all the way across Karnataka, around 480 kilometers, reaching the Chief Minister to be present as part of the Chief Minister's Janata Darshan. And that's the practice in many states also, that a particular period is given where the citizens reach the Chief Minister asking for certain requests. So one of the requests what she asked was, I am not getting my widow pension. The widow pension is around 400-500 rupees, and this lady has spent 2,000 rupees to come to the capital, staying, reaching early morning 4:35 o'clock, staying in the queue, meeting the Chief Minister at 7:30. This actually triggered the innovation, said that these public services shall be delivered in time. Make the officers accountable, bring in transparency, tell out what are the documents to provide, standardization, and all sort of things were brought into the fore. And how do we simplify the hugely complicated process of getting in government service? How do we curb the thriving middlemen and bring in government efficiencies? So this was done to make public service delivery citizen friendly. So you must be worrying, this is totally a different conclave on cloud. What has it got to do with this summit? Let me tell you, the challenge which we faced is that how do I converge 47 departments Many of you who are here working in the government do know that each government department has its own set of idiosyncrasies and egos over there. You cannot say all of you come onto this platform. They will say, why should I come on this platform? What advantage I give? They will not allow you to kickstart the program. Then you have another situation where there are certain departments which have got an evolved system of computerization, like our commercial tax department, and you have another department which doesn't even have computers at their department's doorstep to deliver these services. So this is the heterogeneity in which we had to operate 2 years ago. Heterogeneity, various level of computerization, red tapeism, will not learn, and most importantly, it is 478 services. If I'm talking about a single company, I'm talking about 47 different factories, 478 product lines, heterogeneity over there. How do I converge all of them on a single platform? If I would have decided that I will develop software for each of these 47 departments, it will take me another 10 years to come up learning what is the requirement of the department and various all other issues. I started with a simple process of only documenting the service request and when it was delivered. If the service is rejected, for what reasons it has been rejected over there. We brought in a single portal. We said, each of these 478 services, you please tell me what is the workflow. What is the stipulated time which is required to deliver the services. For driving license, if it is 7 days, if it is passport, if it is 20 days. For A service, it is 7 days. For B service, 60 days. You let me know what is your process flow, who's accountable, what is the documents required. I will build the portal for you. We made a small web-based portal over there, started adding the 47 departments, 478 services as if this is the time when a citizen gives his application complete. This is the time when it should be delivered. This is what we bought, convergence of all the 47 departments, that a unique acknowledgement slip shall be generated from the portal, and this is the right of the citizen that he should ask for this acknowledgement slip. From there the trigger button starts when this service needs to be delivered. From there the analysis starts why it has been rejected. From there the analysis starts when it was delivered, where there is pendency, where there is delayed disposal. And I can start looking into issues of augmenting and setting right business process re-engineering into these things. So my friends, here I would like to say is that analytics has been used very efficiently in this program. We have sorted out many issues. At the end of my slide presentation, I will tell you what are the reforms we have brought based on analysis alone. So what did we bring in? We brought in standardization of workflows, timelines. We promoted e-governance, augmented district infrastructure with computers as well as data entry operators, had a cloud server supported by NIC to deliver these services to all those departments. All that the departments need to do was to have access to internet. We started with 151 services in April 2012. A point which I would like to tell you is that a citizen-friendly initiative, though done by the previous government, has been embraced and taken forward in the present government, also talks about the sustainability and the need of this program in the state of Karnataka. Though it was started by the previous government in April 2012, we had a new government in 2013. A series of 240 services were added, and today we have 478 services which have been delivered on this platform, of which 135 are online services being delivered. Now, I'll just take 40 seconds to just show you this. A citizen goes, watches out 7 days for that particular service, goes to a Sakala counter, gives details of his name, service required, gets this acknowledgement slip. He gets his certificate service back over here. So citizen-friendly issues, call center, very widely used over there. A single call center for the entire state. 8 lakh phone calls have been received in the last 2 years, of which 75% are on procedures and how to get these services out over here. I've been given a call saying that to wrap up. So 49 million services been delivered on time, 98% within time and 2% within 3 days time delay over here. If you look at this bar graph, you can see the orange ones, which was a stipulated time, and now with the 21 days. The average service delivery time for these 5 crore applications across Karnataka are in the blue one. These are the top 10 services. The orange one was the previous time which they had given, but actual delivery is on the blue. So you can see some 10 services over here, how it has been dropped down over here. Key achievements of the project: 100% transparency, accountability, empowering citizens to avail services as a matter of right. Delay in delivery of services causes a 20 rupees penal punishment on the employee over here. So citizen services have been made simple, and it is mandated that there is a display board in front of each of the office over there, and delay will attract 20 rupees. The penal punishment is less, but 7 such defaults will act disciplinary inquiry on the officials over there. And we must understand that slowly governance is now coming towards citizens. What was not a right is now a legal right for the citizens. Hence, we are not imposing. Otherwise, the 2% delay which I showed you, 8 lakh cases, I should have taken penal punishment. I have not exercised it willfully, saying that let there be a smooth shift over here. At least for 98% of the services were delivered within the time over here. In fact, these are some of the reforms. And if you look at the evaluation which has taken place now, citizens' response to the survey, before Sakala, 46% of the citizens said the employees were not polite, they were not helpful, they were not guiding them. Today, because they have these display boards, they have the call center, a help desk supporting them, 99% of the people are satisfied. This has been conducted by IIMRB, an international survey body which conducted 10,000 surveys and then gave us this report. Citizens are happy with delivery of Sakala services, and ease in application of services 95% compared to 37% over here. Even the employees themselves are now feeling proud that the mindset is changed and they can deliver in time. And lastly but not least, Sakala is replicable to other states. In fact, we have presented a case to the Government of India for RTPS, Right to Public Service over here. The software being developed by NIC can be scaled up. We are ISO compliant. Government organization getting ISO compliant may be an rarity. And these are the states which have asked us for association and help on the right to services. And more importantly, we are engaging private cyber cafes to deliver for the rural digital divide, for the rural people, the online services. So we have entered into an MOU, no cost on the government side. Private cyber cafes enter an MOU and charge 5 rupees, 10 rupees per application. A new thing which we have started. We are seeing good results on these things over here. You can reach Sakala at these things. The portal is available, and you can see what we have made use of IT over here. Thank you.